Hello, everybody. Well, I was about to say hello, everybody. It's Togelover, but this is not the Togelover challenge. It's my personal challenge, Christopher Umgard challenge. Challenge. Channel. Got it. In case you haven't noticed, I have been drinking profusely. Well, not profusely. I've drank like 500 milliliters, 50 centiliters of 30% alcohol, which is all things considered not that much because I'm a very big guy, and that is not a lot of alcohol, but I did drink it very fast, and I haven't had alcohol in forever, so that could have something to do with me being the way I am right now. Now, I wanted to have a little vlog thing where I just sat down and chatted with y'all, because I haven't done that in a while. And I've gotten a lot of complaints that I haven't done so. In case you didn't see, I don't know what my camera is showing, but I'm just making myself some tea because I've started to I've started to drink tea. I convinced myself that I wanted to start drinking tea, so I've started doing that. Right now it's actually let me check. It is 3:30 in the morning or in the night, whatever you prefer to call it, and it's the 1st of January, 2016. So. First day of 2016, and I am shit-faced drunk. It is wonderful. No, I just wanted to sit down and kind of just talk about what the year has been like, and all those kind of things, because I wanted to do a recap of this year, because it's been I don't know what to call this year. It hasn't been very bad, but it hasn't been exactly good either, so so let's recap, shall we? 2015, well, starting with the spring of 2015, was kind of bad. It wasn't the worst. I've had worse springs, because for some reason I'm always the worst when it's springtime. I don't know why, but oh well. Because that was my last year of high school. I dropped out the first year, about halfway through. I dropped out of the first year of high school, and that's kind of the reason why I'm so late at finishing high school, because I'm kind of 1 year behind. But the first year I had was that went brilliantly. I did very good. Mostly because my friends and family helped me a lot, because my mom didn't exactly help me a lot my first year, so my grandma kind of stepped in and let me live with her. That is entirely another story, but let's just say the first year went great. Second year, third year, girl, that was pretty bad. Not awful, but compared to the first year, it was absolutely awful, and especially that spring. I mean, I barely got through everything, and I even managed to not get a grade for one of the classes I took, religion. I didn't fail it. I didn't get an F or anything, but I didn't meet up, or I didn't show up for enough evaluations, and ended up not being able to have enough to get a proper grade, pretty much. So that was pretty awful. The whole year, the whole spring, I kind of struggled to not fail the entire year. So that was. There's not much to say about it. It's just that it wasn't very good. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't very good. The next part of 2015, autumn part was actually pretty good. I kind of liked it. Oh god, my tea has been soaking for way too long. It was kind of good. I actually really liked it because it was the first year where I didn't have any school. Well, technically I did, because I was supposed to go to school to kind of like get my religion grade fixed, which I did. I managed to fix my grade because I took an exam and I passed. But I was supposed to go to school to kind of help me practice before the exam, but I ended up not going. But it was a first year and like forever, well, the first semester, I guess you could say, where I didn't have any school, which was honestly, it was pretty fantastic. It was fantastic not having any school to deal with, because as much as I'm not really, well, first of all, I'm not dumb. I'm not bad at school in that sense. It's not like I struggle with understanding anything or struggle with anything school related in that way, but I've always struggled with actually doing any work and actually getting things done, and school has always been this like big chore to get done. A little bit because I am naturally pretty lazy, but also because, well, I've just had a lot of issues with it. But whatever. That's also for another video. But not having any school to deal with was pretty awesome. And it was also the year where I actually connected a lot with one of my friends, Maiken, which it's not like I had a bad connection with her beforehand, but this half year has really, like, I've got really close with her, and I'm really appreciative of that, because I I like being friends with her a lot, and we've hung out like, well, it doesn't sound like a lot when I say it like this, but we've hung out like every single week pretty much, and to me that's a big deal, because I'm really bad at like keeping up with people, but I ended up connecting a lot with her, and also because I connected a lot of her because of RuPaul's Drag Race, which I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race this half year, and wow, that is really, it hasn't exactly changed my life or anything, but I think that has helped me like kind of get out of my funk, because I've kind of like gotten to a point where I'm so fed up with feeling bad about myself. I'm so fed up with I'm so fed up with looking at myself and thinking, holy shit, I'm fucking ugly, and holy shit, I'm fucking fat. I'm like looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, I hate what I'm looking at. This is awful. I want to change this. And like beforehand, I didn't do anything about it, because food just brought me so much comfort, and well, not necessarily that it brought me a lot of comfort, but it was safe. It was something that I was used to doing. Like beforehand, when I was living with my mom when I was like 16 and like around that age, food was a big part of my life. Like that was the thing that sustained me. If I didn't have junk food and video games, who knows? I might not be alive today. Well, that's really, really like exaggerating it, but I was really depressed, really, really depressed when I was 16 and like 16, 17. And food and video games is what kind of brought me through it. Not helped me specifically, but like made me, like, it made me not think about being depressed. It just made me numb, pretty much. And that's what I needed right then and there. I needed to not feel anything. But by this point, I moved out from my mom, which was a big step to kind of like get better. And then I moved in with my grandma when I was 17, and she really helped me. She helped me through my first year, well, my first year of high school, and I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for her help. And I really need to tell her that more often. God. And after having lived with her for an entire year, I moved for myself. And now I have lived by myself for 2 years without any parents or guardians. My grandma lived I lived, because she doesn't live here anymore, sadly. She's not dead, but she has Alzheimer's, and she's like, away because of that. But she didn't like check in on me like my other grandmother did. She just like poked in and like, oh, are you doing okay, and all that. Like, nothing too big. It was like as if she lived from across the street or just really close. It wasn't like she looked at me very like that. So I've lived by myself for 2 years, and for those 2 years I haven't lived, really. I've just survived, to put it like that. Like, using like the whole like, oh, you're not living, you're just surviving. But that's really what I did. I haven't lived at all. I've just gone through the motions, like woken up, ate food, and did what I had to do, and gone to bed again, like just going through the motions. And really, I'm just so fed up with it. I'm fed up with just doing that, and then at the end of the day just being really unhappy with how I look, being unhappy with my life in general. Because really, like, it's not just that I'm fat and I think I'm really ugly. Subjectively, you can say whatever you want, but I think I look pretty shitty right now. But not only that, but also that I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not really fulfilling anything that I would like to do. Like, I would like to do so much. I would like to start drawing. I would like to start voice acting. I would like to do so much. And after after seeing Drag Race, I would at least like to try doing drag once, but I would not want to do it before I actually was comfortable with my body, before I was a normal weight. Like, I don't want to aim for being like skinny or anything like that, but I want to at least aim for being being happy with my body, and like being able to look in the mirror and say, I'm okay with this. I don't hate this. It's not like I have to look in the mirror and be like, oh my god, I'm so fucking hot. Maybe that will happen in the future, but that's what my goal is. My goal is just being comfortable with myself. And to get, like, a lot of the factors, like, thanks to RuPaul's Drag Race, thanks to Michelle Visage, her fantastic book, and like a lot of factors, like, and just generally being, like, fucking fed up. I'm fed up with being unhappy. I'm fed up with not doing anything about my life. So that has kind of been like the 2015, like, spring, I didn't do shit. Autumn, I didn't do shit, pretty much. Well, I did start my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel back up again. Because I did start it, like, I made it in 2009, but I started actually recording stuff again on my Toga Lover channel. On my Toga Lover channel, I started recording again in April, and as of today, I have uploaded every single day for almost a month, and I'm gonna keep going, because that's at least one thing that I've done that is positive towards myself, and it is something that I wanted to do, and now I'm finally doing it. And now, well, looking back, at 2015 and now looking forward at 2016, my goal this year, well, at least for this half year, because I am planning to start university this autumn again. Autumn 2016, I'm starting university again. But for this half year, other than starting work, because I've actually landed a job, surprisingly, I've been able to land a job as a kindergarten assistant. But other than that, my goal is just going to be losing weight, being happy with myself, keep doing the things that make me happy. Because right now, I am not happy with just surviving. I want to start living. God damn it. After having gone through my necessary school years, because pretty much, if I could give like one advice to any kid that's going through like middle school or high school or anything like that, it is really that it gets better. Like, when you're done with your necessary school, you can really start doing the things that you actually love. I mean, it's not like I can really talk from experience, but just the thought that now I can start going to university specifically for the things that I like. Like, I'm going to start studying English, and that is really what I love. Like, that's the stuff that I love. Everything else in high school, I didn't care about. Sociology, social studies, I don't give a shit. History, I don't give a shit. Fucking physical education, although necessary, and I'm gonna do it in my spare time, I don't give a shit. All of those classes, other than English and French, I didn't give a shit. Well, okay, psychology I also really liked, but other than those three, English, French, psychology, I just didn't give a shit. And so the thought that, okay, now that I'm done with that, I can really start doing the things that I like and actually care about. And also the thought that now I actually have the time to do all of the other stuff that I want to do. I want to be able to, well, first of all, actually have a body that I'm comfortable with, being able to exercise and have time for that, have a body that I like, be able to make more Let's Plays, maybe even get an audience for that. I don't know. Like, completely honestly, I'm comfortable with just making them, even if only like 10 people see my videos per video. Like, if I only have like 10 people that actually watch my shit, I would be comfortable with that. I don't really I don't care too much. Well, the more the merrier, of course, but like as long as I keep doing it, because I like doing it. And maybe even be able to start drawing, because I really want to start drawing. I want to maybe even see if anybody would want me for like voice acting stuff, because I love the thought of voice acting stuff. I like it a lot. And just generally 2016, I don't really like making promises to myself, because I have a long history of breaking promises. I just want to start living, finally. Up until this point, I don't consider, like, there has been very, very few, like, short moments, like a part of a day or something like that. Most of them, but pretty much all of them, have been connected to my friends, because, good God, if it wasn't for my group of friends, like Mike and Stina, Maria, Mike, I said Mike already, Helen, all of them, I would not be here. Well, I wouldn't be where I am right now, at least. I would probably be in a hole and just, dear God. But because of them, I've been able to survive high school. And I've had very short moments where I really felt like I'm alive. I'm living my life. And I could not be happier about that. But now I need to really just kick everything into high gear and start working towards a future that I would actually enjoy living in. Dear God. I didn't really intend for this to be as deep as it was, but I think this was really good for me to just, well, talk about and just say. Because, you know, I just want to be happy. I just want to be, well, I really want it, like, because not only is it because, like, just in general, like, oh, I want a good body, I want to look sexy and all that shit, but I want to be able to look in the mirror and be okay with myself. I want to be able to meet, like, other people and not think about, oh, do I look okay? Do I not look ugly right now? And instead just be comfortable, be myself, and then, who knows, maybe it would be comfortable enough to actually find a dude and do something. God, it's a fucking internet. I don't need to censor myself, but you know what I mean. I don't feel 100% comfortable about talking about that, especially when I look like this, but who knows? Who really knows what 2016 will hold? I don't have my hopes all the way up, but I'm definitely not gonna just gonna sit here and just wait for something to happen. I want to go about making myself a happy future. Dear God. Who knows? Maybe I'll even, like, I've thought about, like, doing, like, a, this month, like, this January, I did this and this and this. And I mean, that could be a thought. That could be a thing that I could do. Like, oh, I weighed this and this at the start of the month, and now I weigh this and this. That could be a thought, because that gives me kind of an extra incentive to be like, okay, I'm actually going to put out in the world how much I weigh, so better try to actually go and do something about it and not stuff my face full of shit. Because, you know, I would rather, like, have an entire year where the only thing I eat is, like, cracker bread and, like, chicken and beans, instead of going through my entire life and eat whatever I want, but, well, feel like shit. Well, who knows? I'll see what I do when I get there. So, until next time, I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next time. Goodbye.